Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Wicked Wednesday, presented by WFO Racing League and Eighmy Contracting. We've got another serious race for you. We're here live at Kentucky Speedway, where we are doing the trucks tonight. Got the guys out there running around. They're not qualifying yet. They're still practicing. We look forward to see how that goes, and we'll see how we do. We have a special guest in the booth this evening. At some point throughout the night, you may hear another voice. That would be the voice of Beautiful Beast. You see her in the chat. You see her in some of the streams. She's going to be joining in the booth tonight, off and on.
I'm here.
I'm here. Here you go. So, without further ado, we are streaming to Twitch tonight also. So we're double duty in it tonight. There it is. There's what I'm looking for. There's what I'm looking for. What's going on, Mr. McCauley? And yes, Ivan is on there tonight, B&B, because I just saw him skid to the cider. So last night we had 36 cars. Tonight it looks like we're going to have 27 right now. There's a few minutes for the guys to get in here. But at the moment we have 27 in. We will see how that goes.
Nation wants to join.
Huh?
I said now Nation wants to join.
There's Nation.
There he is.
Completely skipped out on me last night. Did the broadcast by myself with Vern in the booth in the car. So, all right, they're going to clear them off the track and they're going to start qualifying. Going to see some brief silence while we wait for them to qualify. We'll see who comes out first to qualify. Like Bert's going to come out first. Nope, that is not Bert. That is Jacob Daniels. I saw Bert light up. I thought he was coming out first. Camera went to Jacob Daniels first. So we're up to 29 trucks now. How you doing, Nation? How's it going? How's everything in West Virginia?
So what did the guys say about the track tonight? How was it going?
So they said the truck is sticking a lot better to the track tonight than the cars were last night, so that should bode better for some of them. They did say that the front tire, the front right, is going to be the one to worry about tonight, so we should see somewhere around 46 laps is when they'll probably start coming in from pits, roughly. Waiting for the... What's up, Ivan? How's it going, sir? Got Vern going around the track, getting his qualifying lap in right now. West Virginia, about as much as you expect. I mean, that's true. That's true. Right now, looking at the times, it looks like Chuck Sweeting has got the pole at the moment, if I'm reading that correctly. Should be a good race. Well, we hope so. You guys put us 125 laps caution free last night. Let's see if you guys can do it 2 nights in a row.
I have faith in them. I'm gonna go under 2. I'm just saying, I have faith. Do you think over or under, Brady?
I'm gonna go even.
Ooh, an even 2?
Even 2. Guys getting the last qualifying laps in. Got some fast times tonight.
Nathan, I swear.
Oh. Currently, Richard Howland is holding the pole. Chuck Sweeting is in second. John Snew third. Ricky Fagone is going to be fourth. Still got a couple guys qualifying, so we'll see how they end up coming in here. But there you go. All right, so there are the settings. We're ready to go. So let's do the gridding. Starting first tonight. Whoops. Did I do the right thing? Should be. Should be. Why is it not giving me the names? Oh, because I've got it hidden. Got it hidden. Hold on. There we go. So your pole sitter tonight's going to be Richard Holland. He's going to be starting first place tonight. And you got Chuck Sweeting is going to be starting next to him. Come on. Come on, ATVO. Uh-oh. Did I break it? Did I break it? There we go. There we go. Technical difficulties. We're getting cleared up here. Johnson is going to be starting in third. Outside of him is going to be Ricky Fagone starting in 10th. Starting in 4th in the number 10. Jeepers, criminy. Starting off like this is going to be a long night. Austin Wagner is going to be starting in 5th in that number 4. Burt Wilson next to him is going to be starting 6th in that number 70. Then you got Tommy Haynes starting 7th in that 17. Brandon Showers is going to be starting 8th in the 23. Brad Patterson is going to be starting 9th in that 28. Randy Showers is going to be starting 10th in the 21. Then you got Roy Hyde will be starting in 11th place tonight in that 00. Jacob Daniels is going to be starting 12th in the 72. Seth Steele is going to be starting 13th tonight in that number 66 car. Jeff Gilmore will be starting 14th next to him in that 57. Vern Bradley is going to be starting 15th tonight in that number 14 car. Chris Blanchard is going to be starting 16th next to Vern in the number 19. Keaton Tripp is going to be starting in 17th tonight in that 26. Ronald Hall is going to be running in that 88, and he's going to be starting in 18th place. Travis Smith is going to be starting in 19th place in that 97. Ivan Jones is going to start in 20th in that 53. Glenn Jameson's going to be starting 21st tonight in that 63 car. Next to him is going to be TJ Lee in 22nd place in that 34. Then you got Steve Seegers. He's going to be starting in 23rd in his 16. Mike McCulley is going to be starting 24th place in that 81. Brian Rainville is going to be starting 25th in that number 60. You got Craig Sykes is going to be starting 26th in that 02. Matthew Powers is going to be in that 12 car tonight, starting 27th. To his outside is going to be Paul Patterson in the 51, currently starting in 28th. And then the 29th truck out there, sorry, I've been saying car the whole time. Truck out there is going to be Gary Wright in that 38. That is your grid. Burns already having some issues, it sounds like. And we got green. We got green. Yes, I said Jeepers Criminy Nation. That's not a new thing. So we'll start up front here. You got Richard Holland. We got some guys looking like they were trying to go 3 wide, but you know, it's just the angle of the camera. You got Richard Holland out front with John Snoo right behind him. Get this fixed here so I can read it properly. There we go. All right, Chuck Sweeting is behind it. They got a whole pack of trucks back there, splitting out, going wide, going all over the place. They're just going nuts. So you got John Snooze fighting Richard for first. You got Chuck Sweeting in third. Rick Fagone is going to be running in 4th place. Going to catch up to Chuck there a little bit on that corner. You see Burt Wilson hanging in there in that, what has he got? The red Red Bull truck tonight. That's right, Oliver. Hopefully they can stay turning left tonight. There was a lot of turning right last night just to keep the truck or the car going straight last night. Sounds like that's not an issue tonight though. You see Austin just completely disappearing into the screen there. And he's back. That's something that'll scare the crap out of the guy behind you and next to you. Especially for that long. You disappear that long, that makes for some interesting driving. Think there's nobody there, and then all of a sudden pop, they're there, and you got 2 trucks on top of each other. That's not a video anybody wants to watch right now. So see guys moving around here. You see John dropping back a little bit. Jump up here, you see Richard Holland, Chuck Sweeting battling up front, John Snoo falling back to 3rd. Rick Fagone is in 4th place. Tommy Haynes moving up to 5th. Austin Wagner and Burt got Austin popping in and out, so it's making it difficult here. Everybody's switching around, so but Burt Wilson is currently running 6th. Austin Wagner is in 7th. Jacob Daniels in 8th place. Randy Showers back here in 9th place with Brandon Showers. Oh, Brandon just went down 1. Jeff Gilmore is getting counted around him. You got Jeff Gilmore splitting the Showers. You got Brandon Showers being chased down by Brad Patterson and Ronald Hall. So some of these guys using all that track tonight. Back to Ronald Hall here. Currently running in 13th. You got Roy Hyde right behind him. You got Travis Smith in a 97, making some moves, trying to get around Roy. Gonna try and get around Ronald right at the same time. You got Seth Steele back here in the 66, currently running 16th place. Ivan Jones by him, running in 17th. With Glenn Jameson right behind those two. Micah McCauley running in 19th place tonight, right now. Nick Mean Green Machine. Like those reflective rims. Welcome back. You got Gary Wright back here in 20th. With TJ Lee right behind him. You got Keaton Tripp. I'm not sure. He must be having some issues tonight because he is not doing well tonight. Or he's just sitting back and waiting.
He might just be waiting.
He did qualify in 17th. He's currently running 22nd, so he's fallen back quite a bit. We got Tay voting for Ivan Jones tonight already.
Driver of the day.
So if I don't do it, please remind me at like 10 laps to go. We'll start getting votes for driver of the day. Then moving back, we got Craig Sykes is currently running 23rd. Vern Bradley is behind him. Vern qualified 15th, so he's having problems too. He was having connection issues also. He ended up dropping to the back for that. You got Paul Patterson riding back here in 25th. Chris Blanchard is in 26th. I'm trying to see. That is all of them. We had 29. We dropped down to 26 when qualifying, apparently. So some of the guys just coming into practice. Meanwhile, back up front, we got Richard and Chuck and John and Ricky. 1 through 4 right there. John trying to take the low road. The reason I say that, Tay, is the last 10 laps, we'll vote for it because I will not remember that you said this in an hour. So, but how is everybody in the chat doing tonight? We are streaming live over to the Twitch side of things also. Trying to get some viewership over there. If you want to check it out, it's WFO Race League, all one word, no spaces. www.twitch.tv/WFO Race League. See Chuck kind of falling back a little bit there on that outside. Letting Ricky and John go by. Not sure if I missed something going on while I was looking over to the Twitch side of things, but see See, Richard Holland is out in first, and now we've got a yellow flag. Let's see, we got Keaton. Oh, that looked like it might have been a netcode thing. Rewind that a little bit. Get a far chase view on it. See Keaton coming up behind McCulley. Scooting to the inside. We saw it looks like Keaton came up, but there was still some room between them, but so unfortunately,
First caution.
Mr. McCulley is going to be the benefactor of the damage on that one. Hey, you can see there's just see Keaton coming up next to him. Keaton does slide up, but it's just enough to where the net code says, well, Michael, you're going for a ride. So, unfortunately, that just means that he's got some damage now that he's going to have to deal with. So we'll go back up here. Looks like pretty much everybody is in the pits right now. There's nobody out on the track, but it looks like Chuck is going to come out first. "18 laps in, there's a first caution. Will it be the last caution?"
It's a very good question. You said an even too.
I did say an even 2.
I think it's gonna be under 2. That's what I said, right? Yeah, because I have faith.
Yep. You said under 2. I said even 2.
I have faith in all the guys out there tonight. I'm just wondering, since Nation isn't in the booth, why isn't he racing out there? Could you imagine that? If Nation was racing, I might say over 2.
I've been seeing since the update there's been a lot of netcode issues. So, B&B, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, but usually the cars will at least touch to spin out.
Mm-hmm.
And as you saw, there was a gap between them. So that's a netcode issue. So because the internet is the internet had placed them closer together than they were actually in our view. And the internet said, yep, that's a spin out, so here you go, McCulley, here you go.
So what you're saying is the internet does not like McCulley tonight.
The internet does not like Mr. McCulley. And I say Mr. McCulley because that actually drives Nation nuts.
So just do it on purpose. I agree. I'm trying to think of what else makes Nation go crazy. I can't think right now.
Let's make sure we're on live.
Kerfuffle. How do you say it?
All right, kerfuffle. That was the first kerfuffle of the evening.
I cannot say that to save my life.
There we go. We're back green. Chuck getting a nice jump on that. But Richard and John and the rest of the crew not letting him get too far away. If you were out there, you'd say over 20. That's because you'd caused 19 of them.
And then it is Nation.
See, not sure exactly what's going on with Chuck, but he's dropping back really quick there all of a sudden. Saw Richard, John, and Ricky just go right on by him. So I'm not sure if he's saving tires. Now you're seeing Austin going around him. You got Bert getting squeezed there. Bert was going to go around, and Austin kind of closed that door, not letting Bert around. Now Bert's going to go around. Not sure if he didn't take tires or if he's just letting everybody to go by and letting the tires warm up, or what exactly goes on. Oh shit.
Hello, Nation.
What the fuck did you say?
I said hello.
What's going on, Nation? Okay. Fine.
I'm trying to fix it.
Trying to fix things and stuff.
Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Things and stuff. Perfect.
Right.
That's understandable.
All right, so you're seeing right here, you're seeing 1 through 5. You got Richard Holland, John Sanu, Rick Pagone, Austin Waker, and Bert Wilson all battling right there. So, Nation, what graces us with your presence tonight? What reason
Well,
graces us with your presence tonight?
You.
You what?
I'd go buy a lottery ticket for you.
You're breaking up. I didn't hear what you said.
Go buy a lot because you're one thousand.
Did you hear what he said,
Yeah.
BB?
I did not. I was just about to say that. I'm not sure what's breaking it up. It's just like every other word that I'm kind of hearing.
I heard go buy a lot something bastard.
Maybe his microphone was one of the things he was fixing with his stuff and things.
Saw John Snow breaking loose a little bit there. That's going to squeeze Austin. Austin getting right up behind him. We have a battle for 4th and 5th right now. Look like Ricky's going to put a challenge to Richard for 1st. Going around this next curve. Looks like we got some other battles back here in 9th place. We got Keaton's moved back up. Brandon Showers, Keaton, Jeff Gilmore, Tommy Haynes. See, Tommy's got that paint job to make you think like you're seeing things. It's actually faded out like that. Keaton's starting to make moves to move back up front. 1st place finisher last night in the cars. They said the trucks are handling much different tonight. It isn't drift
Was it
fest
better
like
or
it was with
worse?
cars. It's better. Because if we go, let's go up front here for a moment, Richard. And we'll go hop into his car or his truck. Watch him come around the corners here. See how he's able to hold that steering wheel pretty steady.
Yeah, last night it was a little rough with that drift.
Last night they were turning right, going around the corners, and they were either holding it straight or turning right to drift around the corner because the back end was coming around on them every time around. So the trucks are sticking a lot better tonight. We'll see how it goes as the race goes on and the sun goes down, and see how the track temps change and see how much that affects everything. But now if we go and jump in with, let's go with Keaton Tripp and see how he's doing. See him cutting, he's cutting a little right on that. Coming out of that last corner. Keaton moving up to 7th place. Tommy Haynes and Burt Wilson battling here for 5th. Keaton's coming up saying he wants to join in that.
Nation. Well, thought I heard Nation come back in, but I didn't really hear him, so that explains it. Discord does not like Nation.
It usually doesn't. Well, 34 laps right now. 1 caution so far. For those of you that are watching at home, if you could hit that like button, give us a subscribe if you are not already, and hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we go live again next week on Tuesday. Which will be about 8:45, 7:45 Central. 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. These guys seem to be getting into the rhythms now and settling in a little bit. We'll go back through the field. So we got Richard Holland currently running 1st place. Ricky Fagone is behind him in 2nd, with John Snew battling him for 2nd. See John Snew right there. Behind these two, you got Austin Wagner. You got Burt Wilson is cleared Tommy Haynes. Not quite cleared. Here comes Keaton, still battling. Not 100% sure there. It looked like Burt was getting a little loose. And with them going 3 wide, that would probably confirm that issue that he's having. So Burt might be getting loose there, which is causing issues. Keaton's going to move on by. Tommy Haynes wanting to get around. He's got Randy Showers right behind him pushing. Go ahead and hop in car with Burt here. See him turning right there. He's not having a good time right now. He's fighting his truck more than some of these other guys are, so. Like you see Tommy kind of skidding around in front of him there too, so it's possible that these guys, they might have worn their tires out battling each other already, or maybe they didn't get tires on the last pit stop, not sure.
That was going to be my next question. You said around 38 laps?
I was told about 46 is what they can get on fuel.
But some of them stopped when the caution happened.
Everybody went
or
in,
all of
so
them did.
yep. So right now everybody's got about 22 laps on their vehicles since pit. Whether or not they took tires or not, I don't know. I only know that they went into the pits. So Brad Patterson kind of battling Burt now, trying to get that spot. Current battle for 8th place. 0.0 .3 is what currently separates them, and it's going down to about .01. We keep on moving back. We got Brandon Showers back here. He's your 10th place spot. Jacob Daniels back here in 11th. We got Jeff Gilmore. Glenn Jameson. I'm not sure if that was Glenn tagging the wall a little bit there or not. Seemed like he took kind of an erratic move going down to the inside there. You got Glenn Jameson behind him. You got Chuck must have come into the pits or disconnect. I don't know. Chuck, that's right. Chuck was falling back. So Chuck's back here in 14th place. Not exactly sure what's going on. That is a 9-second gap between him and 13th place. Not exactly sure what's happened there, but that is a long ways to go. You got Travis Smith back here. And we've got a caution. Oh, we got Bert going backwards. That is not the direction you want to be going, Bert. See if we can see what happened there. We wind it around here. Nope, that's not what this one. It's like Brandon coming up behind him here. Bert squeezing to the inside. We went 3 wide, and it looks like Brandon kind of caught him just a little bit there. Might have gone too far there. You see those two tagging each other there. Bert kind of checking up. Looks like Brandon trying to squeeze in there and just kind of caught the back end of Bert on that. Spun him around. Unfortunate move there for Bert. Bert was doing good up there in 5th place and started to drop back a little bit, but now really, as you can see, he's really struggling on that, so he might not be coming back. All right, maybe 2. Back out here to the leaders. I think that one was on, I believe that one was on Brandon, but yep, we are live, so we're ready for the takeoff for the next green light. Green lap. Green light. Jeepers criminy. That's right, I said Jeepers criminy again, nation.
Green lot makes sense too, though. Did Bert, was he able to come back out?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is Bert able to come back out? I know you said he might not be able to. So trying to find the
He's
car,
not
but
out yet. I think
sometimes
he's
they all
still in the
blur in with
pits.
me.
And we're back going green.
Not bad. Lap 47 and 2 cautions. I don't know why, Brazy, but my nerves and my anxiety is to the roof right now.
Is it?
It is. That's why I'm being so quiet. I don't want to accidentally say something stupid.
I mean, Nation comes up here. It's a low bar.
Yeah. Yes, but everybody loves Nation. He's allowed to be Nation, you know? Everybody expects Nation. So that's okay.
And there it is. Keaton's back in front now. Richard is not letting it go yet. So currently, there it is. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. And we've got another caution. So you got Ivan backwards. Oh, we see Ivan spinning around. Looks like the 88 come up and tagged his rear quarter. Ivan getting spun out on that one. Back up here, Richard. Well, you know what that means, B&B.
Means that we were over 2.
Means that we were both wrong on cautions tonight.
I said over. Oh, wait, no.
You said under.
That's right. I did. I did say under 2.
And I said even, and that's 3.
Because last night I was like, oh, it's going to be over 2. And they were flawless last night. That was amazing. That's okay. I still have faith in them.
It does look like that Bert may be... Is he back out? No, he might not be able to come back after that. I think he's going to be... Unfortunately, I think that incident... That incident took him out earlier, and I don't think he's going to be back, so... Unfortunate for him. He was having a good race tonight.
Are you talking about the second one with Bert?
Yeah, I was just looking. It looks like he's not going to be able to make it back out to the track tonight. So
That is unfortunate.
So as we line back up and get ready for the next restart, we've got Richard Holland in first, Keaton Tripp on second, Austin Wagner third, John Sanu.
Hey, Brazy, somebody said pull them up. They want to
Nope. Not tonight.
Nation keeps having problems with his internet.
Yeah, his internet.
Funny enough, that's what happened to me earlier and why I got kicked from everything.
Well, there's been
But
quite a
mine
few
was
guys that have
just-
been having some internet issues tonight, it seems, so.
Mine was more of a kid issue. My youngest one got upset because I told her that mommy was gonna have some mommy time and do races, and she got really upset and went and turned the router off, so it shut down the whole internet. So I had to go back and reboot it. That's why it took me a minute to get back in here.
All
I
right,
was like,
pace
well, that's
truck is
embarrassing.
down. We're going to get ready to... There we go, we're going green. I didn't mean to cut you off there, B&B.
Oh no, you're fine. Cut me off. I'll just ramble about nothing. And nobody wants to hear that. So.
Richard getting a nice jump on that restart. But Keaton and Austin catching right back up to him. Keaton taking the little road, getting around, moving forward, heading up. See Richard staying behind him, trying to hold that spot. So with that restart, we've got Keaton in first, Austin in second, Richard is third, John Sanu fourth, Chuck Sweeting back up in fifth. So he's been a benefactor of those cautions. Ricky Fagone is going to be sixth, Jeff Gilmore seventh, Brad Patterson eighth, Jacob Daniels ninth, and Travis Smith is going to round out your top 10. Vern also being a benefactor of that. He's up to 13th place. Looking at the list of vehicles, it looks like we're down to 20. Started with 26, we're now down to 20.
Brazy, are you gonna yell at me if I ask for the top 10 list to be put up?
Oh, jeez. You can put that up, yes. There's the top 10, so you can see who is where in the top 10. Moving on to the top 10, you got Glenn Jameson is currently running 11th. Vern Bradley moving up to 12th place now. See him right there. Seth Steele behind him in 13th, with Roy Hyde in 14th. Ronald Hall in 15th. Gary Wright is going to be 16th. TJ Lee running 17th. Craig Sykes is currently 18th. Ivan Jones is 19th. Paul Patterson is 20th. And it looks like Bert is actually back out there.
Let's go, Bert.
Can you get the top 15? No, I don't have the options for that. So you're just out of luck,
We'll
Nation.
have to
Or
do that.
Macaulay. Sorry.
We'll have to do the top 15 now.
I don't have that option.
No,
I thought
but
it was,
I can just remind you.
Now, I'm used to Nation giving shit in the stream, and I thought that was a Nation comment right there. So I apologize, Mr. McCauley.
I'll just have Brazen announce the top 15 every like 20 minutes.
Getting back up here in front, we got Keaton, Austin, and Richard, 1, 2, and 3. Then you've got John, Chuck, and Ricky for 4, 5, and 6. Looks like we got some battling going on here right now for 9th, 10th, and 11th. I'm sorry, it's 8th, 9th, and 10th. Like McClain's out of chat. Jacob Daniels getting around. Around Jeff Gilmore. Looks like we got battle for second again. And Richard Holland battling Austin. It's 68 laps in. Most of these guys got about 22 laps on their tires, so it's where we've been seeing the cautions. You get about 22 laps and all of a sudden something happens, but it hasn't been because of tires. Chuck back here in 5th place. Brad Patterson right behind him. Rick Fagone behind him.
I'm for the top 15 right now.
Travis Smith's currently running 8th place. Jacob Daniels is sitting in 9th. Jeff Gilmore's gonna round out your top 10, but he's got Roy Hyde, Glenn Jameson, and Seth Steele behind him. Got Roy Hyde moving his way up. Roy started in 11th tonight, or he's in 11th. Started 11th and is in 11th. I'm looking at two different charts and they don't agree with each other, so. Yeah, Glenn Jameson. He started in 21st and currently in 12th. I think between him and Keaton, those are your two biggest movers. Because Keaton started 17th and he's currently running first, so. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like and notification bell so you can come with us next week. Next week, we are going to be in Homestead. We're going to be in Florida, Miami. Homestead's Miami Superstar. I'm sorry, my way. Oh my gosh, I am just going to stop talking. B&B, you take it over.
Next week, we're going to be somewhere special. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
We're going to be in Homestead, Miami Speedway.
Homestead, Miami Speedway, Florida.
In Florida. That's right. And then the week after, we'll be in Talladega.
And those are the last two.
Those
of
are
the
the
seasons,
last
right?
two. Those last two of the season.
Oh.
And we'll go to an off season. I would assume sometime after, like after Labor Day, the season will start back up again. Next season will start up. We'll probably see some new faces. We'll definitely see some old ones. Either way, you still won't see mine.
Aw.
Just saying.
We will see your face.
Maybe we'll see the Cinderella car out.
Oh, I don't know if I can have everything ready by September, but it is a work in progress. I will be out on at least one race. If I survive, it will happen.
She will be out for one race. One maybe lap.
Listen. You have no faith.
No, I do not.
Rude. You don't know. I could get out there and be amazing. I could not be. I could be.
You will be an amazing wall checker.
I love the walls. And the walls, love me.
will love you.
Yes, they will.
I do not like the walls. That is something that I need to learn to be able to handle, is being next to the wall, because when I do go into these races with these guys, my vehicle likes to kiss the wall a lot.
Do you get scared when you're up against the wall racing?
I get nervous. I don't get scared. I get nervous.
You just got to become one with the wall. You
Oh,
have
I
to
definitely
love the
became one with the wall.
wall. Let the wall love you. Okay? That's what I do.
The wall likes to love for sure. I mean, that's why I give credit to some of these guys that can ride up there, because shut up, Nation. That's why I give credit to these guys. Oh, there's John touching the wall. It does. I do not like being close to the wall. Of course, it didn't help that my field of view, I was like sitting up in the dash, but so I didn't have as good of a view as I could have, but we fixed that a little bit. I still do not like being close to the wall, because that wall just sucks you to it. Like a hooker in a trailer park. There's John tagging the wall again.
just gotta practice, crazy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I need to do that, but
We could
there's a
practice
lot of
together.
things that I need to do. Practice what?
Racing,
Oh,
racing.
racing. Gotcha.
Racing, crazy. We're gonna practice racing together.
See Richard Holland trying to make a move around Austin. You see, that's where I have the benefit. I can practice. She can't. She doesn't have a computer to practice on.
It's a work in progress, okay? It's gonna happen. I can't give you a date. But I do agree, Crazy needs to practice during the off season. He is actually going to, from what I heard. You announced it in your Discord.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be in those races. I'm going to
will
be
be
in those
there.
races.
Cheering everybody.
Might only make it like 10 laps, but
I'm sure if you ask these guys when they first started, I don't think a single one will say, I started off first.
John tagging that wall again. His right side of his truck is not going to be happy here in a moment. If it's not already.
Oh, I couldn't do the mini series even if I mini series. I didn't realize they were on Tuesday night.
Yes, ma'am.
So I couldn't do it even if I...
That's why we're going to stream them, because that's my normal stream night anyways, so...
Yes, and it gives me something to do. So, I'll be watching. I'll be a supporter.
See Austin getting a little loose there. Well, you're going to be the broadcaster for those Tuesday night streams there, Nation.
I agree. Nation's got it. Nation can broadcast the... I'm sorry. I was trying to say it without laughing. It didn't work.
We can't leave Nation to run the booth. Nation come up here, he'd be like, all right, fuckers, we got a race going on. Here they are. You can see them. I'll catch you later.
I can imagine that too. I love you, Nation, but I can't imagine.
See, we're starting to get a little bit of longer stretch, and these tires are starting to get loose now. You see these guys kind of slinging around a little bit. Seen Snu tagging the wall a few times, and Austin getting loose a couple times, and Chuck Sweeting up there in 5th place. Brad Patterson is running in 6th place. Travis Smith is 7th. Rick Fagone is 8th. Roy Hyde 9th. And Jacob Daniels is going to round out the top 10. Looks like Vern's falling back a little bit. He's back to 15th place. So we're going to have some green lap pits coming up here. This could go well. This could go bad.
Crazy.
Yes.
That if we had announced the top 15, that Vern would have been announced because he was 15.
He was, yes, he was. But now he's 14.
Oh, look at that. He's just moving on up.
Moving on up.
I've been waiting for you to sing all night.
Yeah.
I have been, but we haven't had a incident where you need it.
See? Nation confirmed it. Ah, here's a fucking race. I gotta get a beer.
Yep.
They're making left turns. You guys know what a race is here. I'll be back in a moment.
I don't even have that much confidence.
Wow.
No, I meant in myself, not Nation. I'm talking about like for me.
Oh, nice
I didn't
cover.
talk much for like the. I'm being
Nice
serious.
recovery. Nice recovery.
Road.
The battle here between John Snow and Austin Wagner for third place. You see the battle up front between Richard Holland and Keaton Tripp for first. So with these green lap pits, it's going to mix these guys up a little bit. Pit strategy is going to become an issue.
Nation's not wrong.
Nation would announce the race just like he would be a Walmart greeter. Welcome to Walmart, get your shit and get out.
That's exactly how Nation would do it. And that's okay, because that's Nation. And everybody knows him.
It's Nation. Everybody loves Nation. Maybe not everybody. There might be some graphic designers out there that don't like you. So once we get through these green lap pits, we'll go back through the line and see who's doing what where and where they're at and how they're coming out. See the teammates going in together, Austin and Keaton. That leaves Richard out here all by himself in front. He's got a 1.4 second lead in front of John Sanu right now. He's going to come in and pit this time around. John Sanu sounds like he's going to come in right behind him. Trying to keep up with who's going in, who's coming out, and who's still out there as we get through these. Rick Fagone currently leading, but he's going to go into the pits here this time around, which is going to leave Craig Sykes. Burns going to come into the pits this time around. Saw Chuck just squeezing around him there. Yeah, Craig Sykes currently running first place. Let my chart go nuts as these guys shuffle around. Oh, see Craig touching the wall there. I'll let Roy go by. Roy's got fresh tires, so. Got Roy and Keaton right there trying to get their lap back. Going to get their lap back. Yeah, Austin right there too. Craig's going to pit this time around. which is going to put Travis Smith in first. We got 28 laps to go. Don't drink anything out of Holland's cooler, just saying. Oh. So Travis Smith right now, he's out front. He's got about a 5-second gap between him and the car behind him. Never mind. That is gone. What am I watching here? Yeah, 5 seconds. 4.5. It's down to 4.5. Keaton's catching him. Keaton trying to run him down. Got it under 4 seconds now. 26 laps to go. Yeah, 38 has a little bit fresher tires. So he's going to get around Travis. Get his lap back. That's the 38 of Gary Wright. Keaton's got that gap down to about 3 seconds. You can see those 3 cars way out there. Way out there. Got Travis out here, down to a 2-second lead. I think he's out here in front trying to hold the tires, trying to keep him so he's not burning them up. Unfortunately, the guys catching him, they got about 6 lap newer tires, so that's going to make a difference. You can see there that group of cars is getting in the field of view now. You can see Travis probably looking in his rearview mirror like, come on, guys. It's 22 laps to go. Let me lead this for a while. Yeah, Keaton, Austin, Richard back there. This is the angry pack. They want that front spot. That gap is now down to a 0.5 second between first and second place. So these 3 have managed to chase Travis down. They got him in their sights, and they're going to start making moves to try and get in front of him. Travis going to hold the high line. Keaton and Richard are going to hold the low line. Ooh, Keaton cutting up hard. We're voting for 31. We're not there yet, nation. We got 10 laps to go before we start taking votes. Because I'll forget. So while these two are battling for first, we'll go back quick through the rest of the track, rest of the packs. So you got Richard as first, Keaton second, Austin third. Travis Smith is going to be fourth. Roy Hyde is fifth. Chuck Sweeting behind him is going to be sixth. And I said in 8 more laps, nation. We got John Sanu, Chuck Sweeting. Jacob Daniels is going to be running 8th. Rick Vigone is currently in 9th. Brad Patterson is 10th. TJ Lee is running 11th. Craig Sykes is currently 12th. Glenn Jameson is going to be 13th. Seth Steele is 14th. Gary Wright's 15th. Vern Bradley is running 16th. Paul Patterson is in 17th. And Burt Wilson is in 20th because of laps behind. And Ivan is looking like he's called it a night. So Burt is on the track, but unfortunately he has got 2 other guys that he needs to lap in order to gain their spots from them. Which it does look like they might have called it a night because I do not see them on the track anymore. With that being said, we'll hop back up here. We see Richard starting to pull away a little bit from Keaton. Richard has 1 lap newer tires, which might matter a little bit. But once they wear them out, it's not going to matter as much. So that 1 lap is enough to get him in front. Now it'll be a matter of maintaining. What do you think so far, B&B?
I'm so sorry. I think
there you have it. She has lots of thoughts of, hi.
Sorry. Oh, my kiddo.
Looks like Keaton's starting to catch back up with Richard there. See Burt trying to get one of his laps back. He's got some fresh tires, so he's going to be able to do that. Potentially. He's going to take the inside. He's going to be able to hold that inside line because of those newer tires and get around and get back up 1 more lap. Looks like 2 more laps around and Burt will jump back up into 18th spot where he's currently in 20th. So who the heck said anything about breastfeeding, Nation?
It's just Nation being Nation. He only thinks about boobs. So. Okay.
I mean, anyways, so we got a race going on here. Richard Holland's out in front. Keith Tripp is in second. Austin Wagner third. John Sanu is fourth. Travis Smith running fifth. Chuck Sweeting is in 6th place. Rick Vigone is in 7th. Roy Hyde 8th. Jacob Daniels 9th. And Brad Patterson is going to round out your top 10. For those of you that want the top 15, Craig Sykes is going to be 11th. TJ Lee 12th. Glenn Jameson is 13th, Seth Steele is 14th, and Gary Wright is 15th.
Thank you, Brazy.
You're welcome, B&B.
There's a lot of people out there wondering the top 15.
Well, I can say that does scroll across the top, so
What if I can't read?
I mean, then if you can't read, that top 10 thing on the side isn't working for you either.
Not wrong. Ivan, I need the top 20. You got it, Ivan. All right, Brazy. Next time around, top 20. um, 9 laps to go, guys. If y'all want to vote for the driver of the day,
There you go.
got your back, Brazy.
Need the top 27 of third nation. There's only 26. $63 for the driver of the day. So you've been yelling at me all night. Oh, gosh darn it. Reading the wrong name again. Cully's gonna fire me yet. So we got 63 for driver of the day. You got BB coming in for 53.
You thought that was Nation again, didn't you?
I did. They're coming up. They're both blue on my screen. And I'm not used to Mike being in there, so...
Oh, that is perfect.
You got Richard starting to run away a little bit. He's got about a 1 second gap in front of him and Keaton. Keaton's got about a 2 second gap in front of Austin. You got John Snew right behind him. John's going to battle for third place. So right now, as it stands, we got 6 laps to go. This is probably going to be your battle spot right here. Terry Tripp coming in voting for 26. So we got 1 for 63, 1 for 53, and 1 for 26. See where we got any other battles going on here. Looks like everybody's pretty spread out. Might be a battle here. John's trying to close that gap. He's got a 0.4 gap between him and Austin. This is your battle for third. Tay-Tay coming in for driver of the day of 53. Nation coming in for 31. So we've got 2 for 53, 1 for 26, 1 for 63, and 1 for 31. We got 4 laps to go. John's got anything for Austin? This would be the time that you'd start to see him do it. We'll see how it goes. See, Bert did manage to get up to 18th spot. Oh! Got a little kerfuffle with some lap traffic there. Not going to bring out a caution, though, it looks like. That's going to put John in third and Austin in fourth. Austin not happy about that. John is happy about that. Working their way around Vern. How do race cars stay in shape?
I don't know why I thought that was so funny.
2 laps to go. You see Austin and Vern's battling Austin at the moment. Austin caught that wall and it slowed him down a lot. Now Vern's kind of catching the wall in his way. That's not going to work very well for him. But now you got John breathing on the door of Keaton. Only a 0.4 between these two right now. Is it going to be enough? Is he going to be able to catch him? This is the last bit right here. we have it. Put the results up there. Here's your top 10. Yeah, Richard Holland's going to take first. Keaton Tripp is second. John Sanu third. Austin Wagner fourth. Chuck Sweeting fifth. Ricky Fagone sixth. Roy Hyde seventh. Jacob Daniels eighth. Travis Smith ninth. Brad Patterson is going to be 10th tonight. Then you got Craig Sykes is going to be 11th. TJ Lee 12th. Glenn Jameson is 13th. Seth Steele's going to finish in 14th. Vern Bradley is going to finish in 15th. Gary Wright 16th. Paul Patterson is going to finish in 17th. Burt Wilson is be 18th. Jeff Gilmore will be 19th. Ronald Hall finishes 20th tonight. Ivan Jones is going to be 21st. Chris Blanchard 22nd. Randy Showers is 23rd. Brandon Showers 24th. Tommy Haynes 25th. And Mike McCauley will be 26th.
Very proud of you for reading all that off.
So, like this. Oh, I need to get on the right vehicle here. Richard out there doing the celebratory donuts. So, with that, without further ado, let's get these in place here. Move this over here. And let me find him. Bring him up here. Mr. Richard Holland, do you have a copy?
I got you.
Well, sir, that was a well-fought battle, sir.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, it sure was, man.
Hard fought. Keaton started towards the back, came up on you. He was leading there for quite a while. You and him kind of battled. You stayed up in top 5 most of the night, I believe, and you were battling for first most of the night. Looks like my count, you led 76 laps. So you've been up there. Why don't you take us through like the last 10 laps there with you battling with Keaton and stuff?
The last laps there, I had a lap fresher tires than they did, so I knew that would be a somewhat of an advantage. I didn't think it was going to be that dramatic. I thought maybe, as good as Austin and Keaton both are, and they work together really well, I thought maybe I might get to them, but it would be really, really hard to pass them, and it was, of course, but I was fortunate enough to get around them, and yeah, I was just, once I got out front, I was just trying to take care of it and not overdrive it, get loose or hit the wall or something, and yeah, I don't know. I've had so many computer problems in the last month and a half. Once I got the lead with 10 to go, 5 to go, all I could think about was this thing freezing up with me out front.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people having computer issues tonight, and at one point I think Austin blinked out there he was gone for quite a while, and then he popped back, and it's like that's gonna be nightmarish for somebody. Because I know you guys don't necessarily like seeing that when people disappear because you never know where they're gonna pop back up. So it's it was quite a race. I mean, it wasn't as clean as last night, but you guys only had 3 cautions tonight. When you guys were doing those green lap pits, is there any worry of a caution happening during that and messing up your pit strategy?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on the first caution, I don't know how many laps we win. I think it was like 15, 20, 17, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 18,
yeah, most of us pitted.
Yep.
I think most everybody pitted, I guess, but there was a handful. Yeah, there was a handful of people that didn't take tires, I guess, is what I was saying. I think Chuck was one of them. I don't know who else did, but I know Chuck didn't. So we knew that late in this race that Chuck had a set of tires in his ass pocket. So, and we knew that, and the only thing we were hoping for with what I think we went green with like 80 to go or 70 or something, I can't remember now. was that it went green, so we could get into that fuel window and then pit and then run it out. So if we'd have had a caution with 15 to go, Chuck would have definitely won this thing. So
So, what do you mean this is what it's like to be interviewed? Nation, shut up. So,
where's Nation?
he tried coming up here. He's complaining about internet issues too, and he was he was trying to make fun of me, and he couldn't because his internet wouldn't let him. So yeah. So we got B&B up here instead.
Nice.
She's being silent though. She's trying to be quiet. But yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations
Good job,
on your
Matt.
first place win tonight. And is there anybody you'd like to thank for your first place tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that races in here. It's I say it every time I have an interview because the racing is just incredible, and the people that make it that great are the guys that are on the track. The 20, 30 people that show up every week and race and that you race against, and the people that race clean and give you room. And most people out here understand the situations that they're in, whether it be different tire strategies or different strategy all together, or fuel strategy, or whatever it is, and they'll give you room and let you go if you're in that situation, or vice versa. So it just makes for incredible racing. 125 laps in the Xfinity car last night, that thing was a toilet. I mean, it was so loose, you could barely hang on to it, and the whole field, it went green 125 laps.
Yep.
So it's just the great racing is because of the drivers that we race with every week. So I just want to thank them guys. I want to thank everyone that puts on this thing. They all know who they are: Vern, McCully, Hal. I want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, because we love to go back and watch these, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do that. And I know most of the drivers, the family members, they enjoy going back and watching these things. So I want to thank you guys, my teammates. I want to thank Rick. I want to thank Hal for having us here, man. He's the one that brought us along here and kind of created this team, put us on this team and let us race for him. And so we always want to thank Hal and his family, Eighmy Nation. They're going through some stuff right now. They got something going on, but they're always there to support us. So we appreciate them.
Yep. And I know that they don't always speak in the chat, but they're usually watching. So it's definitely definitely keep them aware, keep them in your thoughts and everything. And
Absolutely.
Nation has another comment for you. He says, "What's an ass pocket, Uncle Richard?"
An ass bucket?
Ass pocket, because you said that Chuck had a set of tires in his ass pocket. So Nation's saying, "What's an ass pocket?" He's being a dick. Just
the ass pocket is where Nation's ball sack is in his wife's ass pocket. He'll know where to find him. He knows what I mean.
Well, congratulations, Richard, and we'll see you here next week.
Yeah, hopefully we can carry this thing going, at least in the truck. We haven't had good luck in the car, but truck's been good to us this season, so hopefully we can keep it up and finish strong.
What's your thoughts on Homestead?
I love Homestead. It's a lot different nowadays than it used to be. It's I think the Xfinity car is going to drive like this thing did last night. It's going to be loose. I love the track. It used to be my favorite track, but it's so different now. It's different lines, and I don't know what they did to it. They changed it years ago, and I don't know. I used to like it a lot more, but I've always loved the place, and I always seem to run well there. So fingers crossed, and we can keep this thing going.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, and we'll see how you do next week over there.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. So next up, we got Keaton. Already sitting here waiting. There. Mr. Keaton Tripp, sir.
Yeah, I got you guys.
How are you doing?
Good.
I'll tell you what. You started off the race in the back. I thought you were having all kinds of problems. I wasn't sure what was going on. And you end up in second place.
Yeah, that was a hell of a circumstance there in the beginning of the race. I think I got myself up into like ninth, and we were having like thunderstorms and stuff here, and out of nowhere, my everyone on the track just disappeared, and I must have disappeared on the track to everyone else, and it respawned me back in 25th, like a second and a half behind the pack, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, at least I'm still in the race." So, yeah, I just clawed my way back up there and contended for the win. That was about all I could ask for. It could have been way worse there. The internet could have just totally kicked me out.
Yeah, we saw quite a few guys having that issue tonight, and your teammate Austin had that a couple times, and Richard was worried about it. It sounded like Vern had a little bit issues with that, and several other drivers too. So, but I mean, you struggled through, you made it through, and you made it back up to second. You were leading there for a while. It looks like you led 36 laps. So I mean, you had it for a while, and then Richard just kind of he had one lap fresher tires than you, and it just kind of was able to get around you, and it just seemed like you
Yeah,
didn't have quite enough to get back to him. So
he definitely outclassed me tonight on that pit stop there. Uh, I actually tried to get behind him on the run to try to not be the sitting duck, and turns out you wanted to be that and pit later than the guys. He hauled ass. I was like, "Oh no!" Whenever because I saw we came out in front of him about maybe a second and a half, and I was like, "Okay, we should be good, be able to manage this for 25 laps." And then he came up on us pretty quick, and I was like, "Oh boy!" So I tried to side draft him as much as I could on the corners and take his air off. And it worked for about 2 laps, and then, uh, yeah, he ultimately got by me, and I started knocking walls down, trying to keep speed up, and, yeah, it was fun, though. I had fun. It was a fun race tonight, fun battle.
well, and there at the very end too, the last two laps there, it looked like lap traffic was starting to affect you guys, and John started catching up to you there at the end. And I thought maybe he was going to catch you, but he probably needed another lap or two, and he would have been a little closer. But it looks like you finished about point two in front of him. So
Yeah,
looks like
yeah, I
Austin might
forgot.
have got caught up in that too, and those two switched spots, and so John got third and
Yeah,
Austin got fourth. So
yeah, I forgot who it was, got in the wall in front of me, and I think when he took it I tried to go underneath him because we were running the same line on the high line. And I think when he came off the wall, he didn't really know where I wanted to go, and we just kind of got into each other. It cost me about a second and a half, but it's all good. I still finished second, so nothing
yeah.
really to get mad at. Shit happens.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P2 tonight?
Uh, you guys putting on these races and all the drivers racing clean tonight. Uh, Austin, Andrew, mom and dad watching. And that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, well, we'll see you again here next week. We'll be in Homestead. So
Yep.
hopefully you like that one and get some practices in, and maybe we'll see you back up here again next week.
Yeah, sounds good, guys. See you next week.
All right. All right. So then that puts us to Mr. John Sanu. Let me see if I can find him here. Here he is. Come on. Come on, Discord. Work with me here. There we go. Mr.
Hello.
John Sanu, you got a copy?
I do.
How's it going, sir?
Oh, tired. This truck was a little bit of a handful, but it was fun.
Oh man. It looked like you had a hell of a battle there with Austin there at the end, but it looks like you might have got a little bit of lucky on circumstance there.
Oh yeah, I knew maybe because we had battled on the end of the last run. I was like, Austin and I got behind him, and then he had a really good. I had a hard time getting around him. He fought me hard on that last run, so I couldn't get around him, or the second to last run. So when I came up on him, I tried a couple times. I got a little loose. I'm like, all right, let me save the tires. Let me just try to pace behind him, see if I get lucky. He burns the stuff and maybe gets a little too high and catches the wall. I get by him, and then the happenstance of that whole group thing, uh, I'll take it. It's cheap, but I'll take it, man, because I haven't been up and talked to you. I haven't been up here in forever,
I was
so
gonna say it's been a while since you've been up here.
it has been a long time since last season. So, yeah, I had a pretty good truck. I figured out a really good way to run the bottom, which a lot of people didn't seem to really like the bottom.
Hmm.
Um, it seemed to work for me. I found a way to make it last. I was pretty solid all race. Yeah, Austin's always run me clean. Don't get me wrong. We've had a couple times where we've run each other for position, and he's really good. He runs hard, but he's clean, so it's fun to run around him. And then at the end, another couple laps, I think I might have had something for Keaton. I was
That
right behind him when
and yeah, that's what we were noticing there at the end. It was like you come right up on him, and I don't know if he was just accepting the fact that he wasn't going to get first and wasn't paying attention as much behind you. But I think a couple more laps, and you would have been right there with him too. So it was definitely going to be an interesting thing if it had kept going for some more. But unfortunately, time ran out, and but at the same time, you can't complain. We had 26 trucks running tonight, and you finished in third. So
Yeah, no, we have a lot of quality drivers there, and there were people behind me that I haven't been behind me in a very, very long time, and some hardly ever. So that wasn't lost on me as I'm looking at the relative and seeing who's behind me and who I'm gapping away from, um, let alone in front of me.
exactly,
So
yeah.
yeah, this is it's been a while since I've had this kind of finish, so I'm very, very grateful for it. And good race. I don't think we had a couple cautions, two or three, but nothing too bad for what do we have? 20, 27, 28 cars, something like
We
that?
had 26 total running. We had 29 initially show up, and then 26 actually ran. So
Yeah, 2 nights of good fields.
yep, yeah. We had 36 last night, which 36 cars and no cautions, 125
And no
laps last night.
cautions.
That just speaks to how good you guys are and how respectful you are to each other, and you challenge each other, but you don't challenge it to the point where you're wrecking everybody. So it's it's definitely a good league, a great league. And you guys had three tonight, but still, I mean, you watch any other racing league, and you're gonna have at least three cautions where you guys are going multiple times where you're caution free, or maybe one or two, and it's just
Yeah. No,
amazing to watch how good you guys are doing this. So
I agree 100%. A testament to the quality of the drivers here. We were a little rough start this year because we brought in some new people, but I think I attest that to just growing pains, and uh, and most of the people got acclimated to the way we race here, and everybody pretty much gives everybody room, and we have some really good hard racing, and sometimes that's a little too close and it causes cautions, but for the most part, it's a good league to run in. It's the broadcast has got to look good. Like you said, it's not full of cautions. It's not a wreck fest. Everybody runs hard, but pretty clean here. You know what I mean?
right,
It's a very, very good league to run, and I'm proud to be a part of. Uh, so I was glad to get this finished because here probably in a couple weeks I'll be out probably for 6 months to a year because of I'm jumping into a truck and I'll be over the road for a while.
ah,
So I'm gonna be limited on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
you're
I'll
just
be
gonna
out
you're
most
just gonna have to
during
put
the
the
week. So
racing rig in the back of it.
well, I've had a couple people talk to me about trying to figure that out. If I didn't have a German Shepherd that's going to be in the truck with me, I probably could have figured it out. I am going to try to work. However, I'm maybe picking up a laptop and downloading iRacing and Discord. I might just come in and hang out with you and do some
Oh,
broadcasting with you
nice.
when that. But
Just
yeah, great
pull out the
great league.
passenger seat and put it there.
Yeah, uh, I've heard that's been done. I have heard that's been done. TJ or somebody mentioned that last night, but no, getting back to the racing. All these guys, good racers. You know, uh, can't say I don't have a bad word to get about any of them. It's a great league. Um, I'm sure anybody will tell you that runs in here. It's good, clean, hard racing, and but it's exhausting. Tonight was a weird card. Shout out to my teammate Jacob that was in with me. He was the one who told me earlier. He's like, "Hey, watch, this tends to go to the loose side halfway through the run." I'm like, "A truck? No way, and it sure did. Towards the end, you really had to sort of pedal a little bit from center off. So, but yeah, good race. Happy to have a decent finish after a while. It's been a rough season for me. I've had really not much luck this year. A lot of which probably to do with my own because I've had a lot going on here on the home side. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
and thanks for everything you do too, man. We couldn't do it without you. Everybody here is appreciative. Not only Vern and McCauley who put in their effort too, but and I know Bert came in and helped you out for a while too on the broadcast side. But
Yep.
it's definitely appreciated because broadcast you need more than just racing. You got to have somebody that's going to be able to do a good job broadcasting it too. So it puts together a good
Yeah, we're
package.
still looking for that, but
Yeah,
but
you might be
anyways,
surprised. You're a lot better than you think you are. I'll tell you that. You've and take this for what it's worth. You've come a long way from when you first started a year ago. You do a really good job. So don't not give yourself some credit that you can see there's been effort made. So
I try, and hopefully you guys are seeing it, and hopefully it's starting to get a little better, and it is a work in progress, and but you know
well, hell, we're all a work in progress, man.
exactly, and but it is about you guys. So with that being said, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your third place finish tonight?
Yeah, again, I want to thank Jacob again, my teammate. We did a lot of talking about how we wanted to run the track, how to qualify, stuff like that, and he helped me out a lot with like, hey, keep an eye on. As soon as I came in, the car's going to go to tight, and I didn't believe it, and I through practice, I didn't see it too much, but yeah, it sure showed up on the end. And so he helped me like, hey, here's what it's going to do. And so kudos to him. It's nice to be into a team where we have that kind of communication and work together. So shout out to him for sure and Valley Forge Motorsports. And then again, everybody else in the league, it's good rates. It's fun to come in and have the kind of fun we do. It's nice to be in a league that has that. So and of course a good broadcaster. I'm not going to not give you credit, but yeah. So take that for what it is, man. You're better than you think you are. You present the race well. So thanks to everybody else. But yeah, that's about it. It's time for some alcohol.
Well, congratulations on third place tonight, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, man. You have a good day as well.
Have a good night.
All right, bud.
All right. So that leaves for one more interview. And B&B, are you ready for this interview?
Nope.
Well, guess what? You're leading this interview. If I can get him up here.
Oh, okay. I
I
got
have
this.
I have problems with this, so I'm still working on trying to figure this out.
I just thought you were gonna say you didn't have faith in me, like you have said all
No,
night.
I have
So.
faith in you. My Discord doesn't want to work with me here. Gosh darn it all. I don't know why I have problems with this.
Because you're brazy,
Yeah, well,
and that's okay.
come on. Why won't it doesn't want to scroll? All right, well, we're gonna confuse the crap out of him right now. So come on, there we go. There we go. There we go, Mr. Ivan Jones. I apologize for that. I had some issues getting you up here.
Yeah, I was listening to the broadcast, so
Well,
it's all good.
you got 2 votes from Tay Tay. You got a vote from Tay Tay, and you got a vote from B&B for driver of the day. And here you
Thank
are.
y'all. Thank y'all.
You got taken out
Yeah,
early, unfortunately, but
yeah, I went for a ride. I thought we were gonna barrel roll it. I could see that camera angle and the truck was lifting up in the rear, and I was like, "Oh, here we go. We're about to roll it." But she stayed down thanks to them flaps.
well, you're getting driver of the day today. Like I say, unfortunately, you didn't get to finish the race. But what'd you think of when you were in there? How was it going?
I was enjoying myself. During practice, I was not digging it, but once we got out there and the air started to play a factor in it, it just started coming around to me, and then that accident happened, and it just went down from there. I tried fighting it as long as I could, but I just get to that point where where I feel like unsafe, I'll just pull off the track, even though I
Mm-hmm.
want to race,
Yeah.
but there's like I did that in Bristol. I hit that wall early on. I thought I could fight it, but then it was getting too much and I didn't want to wreck nobody, so I just took it down.
Yeah.
But what a fun race though, the part I was in it. Everybody was racing so clean and so tight, because the other night everybody they were just driving the car. So it
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'll let you go by it. But tonight it was a little bit more closer racing. I enjoy that more so, but it was
Well,
fun.
and like we said, last night 36 cars, no cautions. Tonight 26 trucks, 3 cautions. I mean, unfortunately, you got caught up in that, but it's still between the two races last night, the race tonight, for only 3 cautions in all those 100 or 250 laps, and with as loose as the car was last night, I mean, that's just commendable for you guys as drivers and stuff, just to be able to go through all that without causing incidents and everything. But um, you know, we've seen you multiple times on the track and doing what you can to get your places, and you're the multitasker of the league, I believe. I think there isn't very many others that are doing all of what you're doing, because I know you're usually streaming this, and you got us. You're listening to us at the same time and multitasking, typing in the chat, and makes it fun for
I do
us
what
to
I can.
interact with you, and hopefully we're putting on interesting stuff for you guys on when you guys are watching it back or whatever. So, but definitely enjoy seeing seeing you out there, and the multitasking that you tend to do with it. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to do what I can. I just need to get this W, man. This W is escaping me. I got to get it.
well, it's a tough crowd. It is a tough crowd. I mean,
It is, man. It's like Bristol. I thought I had something. Something happens,
yep.
every time. I thought I had the Daytona. Something happened. I ran out of field 500 feet in third place. I mean, what more?
Well,
It is what it is.
you got 2
I
more
have fun though.
tracks to try with this season, and then you got a break, and then we'll be back again next season. But what are your thoughts on the final 2? You got Homestead and Talladega.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw our little secret out. Our secret is all the boys over here at RGC. We are gonna try to push TJ to a win this year at one of them tracks. We got 2 chances to do it, so be looking out for TJ up at the front at the end because that's what we're going for.
Nice.
I want to give back to TJ because he's the one who brought me over here, and then he knew I was a little wild, and it still brought me to the team.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Autism Awareness for TJ. I know that means it's close to his heart with his kid being autistic,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that hits home for everybody. At least it does for me because I know I've got some family with it, and it's all about the kids at the end of the day.
Right.
That's how I feel. But yeah, I want to give back to TJ, and I just feel like that's the best thing I could do. Let's just try to push him to a win. I think that'd be nice. We got 2 chances to do it.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, but yeah, that's it.
Well,
I just want to
B&B.
say congratulations on Driver of the Day.
I appreciate it. Thanks y'all voting on for me, and Tay Tay, my moderator for Twitch. Thank you. And thanks to my teammates Craig, TJ, and Chris. They got taken out early too. I think it was with my accident. And TJ. Appreciate it, man. It's been fun. And thanks to all y'all that put on this show, and Michael and Fern and all them over there. This is like I wait all week long to do this because I do the other races too, but I'm always getting taken out. So this is the only place I can actually feel at home, while I'm racing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, enough. I'm done talking.
Well, Congratulations on Driver of the Day, Ivan, and we look forward to seeing you next week and hopefully soon in the booth.
Yeah, with
On
a
the
W.
podium with the W, yeah.
All right.
Maybe
Y'all have a good
maybe
night.
when you guys are pushing TJ, maybe you'll be second.
Hey, I don't even care. I'm getting him up there though. That's my goal.
All right, sir.
All
Well,
right, I appreciate y'all.
you have yourself a good night,
Have a
and we will
wonderful night.
text you. What?
I said, have a wonderful night.
Ah.
Y'all too. Y'all wild as hell.
And he gone.
he
Well,
was
B&B,
done with that.
B&B,
Yes, sir.
any final thoughts in your first broadcast?
Yeah, I'm quiet. But everybody did great tonight. Everybody did really, really good. It was a great race. Only 3 cautions. So
All right.
Vern didn't kiss the wall as much as I wanted him to, but that's okay.
He might have. We weren't focusing too much on him tonight, so he might have more than we know. Only
I
Vern
don't know. I'll have
knows.
to ask him.
And maybe he's not going to kiss and tell, so we won't know.
Oh,
But
just a
anyways,
shout out. Hang on. I just want to shout out to the guys who gave me permission to step in tonight and just be a part of this. So I appreciate it. Vern, thank you. Sorry if it's bad.
oh, with that being said, on behalf of WFO Racing League and Eighmy Construction, bringing you the Wednesday night Wicked Wednesday Truck Series. I am Sir Brazen Bull and my co-host Beautiful Beast. We will catch you next week. We will see you then. We'll be at Homestead. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we see you next week. And we'll see you then. Have a great rest of your week. Later on, everybody.